All right, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I am doing my very first gear review. And today's product I am reviewing is the Capita Mercury. So in this gear review, I'm going to give you the reasons why I bought this board, or the expectations I had, versus the reality or how I actually feel after riding it. Full disclosure, this board, a specific board model and graphic, is a couple years old, but not much has changed on the Capita Mercury since. And I have logged definitely 200 days on this thing. I've been in backcountry snowmobiling, heliboarding, park days. I've taken this board everywhere, so I have a really good idea on how this board rides, and I've had a lot of comments already on people wanting to know. I bought this board as kind of my quiver killer. So this is my one board that can ride the whole mountain everywhere. That's why I bought it. I thought it was going to be on the stiffer side. It can handle backcountry, trees, powder, and maybe even in the park. If you look at the performance diagram on the Capita website, it'll tell you it leans more towards powder and freeride than it does park. So that's why I bought it. I got the 157. For your reference, I am 180 pounds and 5'10". All right, so now I'm excited to tell you about the reality, or how I actually feel about the board. First things first, the board is not as stiff as I thought it would be. It's a little bit on the softer side. It doesn't have as strong of ollie power as I thought it might. The board does have pop on transition, but that straight ollie power off of the tail is a bit softer, so you don't get that snappy ollie as I expected. But that being said, the softer tail bends well in off-piste through the trees. I really found that as a huge advantage of riding trees. The tail will bend through the moguls and the bumps to help complete the turns. Overall, this board is an amazing all mountain board. This board transitions from edge to edge silky smooth. Whether I am carving or free riding some off-piste terrain, it's all right. So the 157 Capita Mercury, I have recently been exclusively riding it in the park. This is now my full-time park board, given the softness of it, the pop off transition, and the consistent edge-to-edge transition. It has no surprises. It turns well, easy, it's dependable, reliable. So I find this really good in the park. Now in the backcountry, I've ridden this thing for heli turns, backcountry powder, and I find the side cut is just a little bit too tight for big wide open bowls in fresh powder. I would prefer to have something with a wider side cut with more boaty turns. This thing whips around the turns really quickly while you're going fast in fresh powder, which can catch you off guard, and I have dumped it a couple times while going too fast in the powder. Now on a powder day on the mountain for aggressive free riding, it doesn't handle as well for me in the choppy powder. So trying to go fast through the choppy powder, getting to your next run, your next chairlift really fast, I find a little bit of, it's just a little bit soft for my liking. I do prefer stiffer boards for all mountain free riding. Right, the base of this board is really fast, but it's also kind of fragile. So I don't think the PTEX layer is very thick or very durable. So if you take a closer look, you can see some repairs I've made. So every time I go over some rocks and I hear a nick, I end up exposing the core. Nothing major. I haven't damaged the core of the board, but it's been enough to expose it that it needs to go in for repair. So I have put this board in for repair about 3 or 4 times this year. A lot of those times is just going over small rocks, not very fast, just a little clip. I might not have thought that it was a big impact, but at the end of the day, I would take a look and I could see a bit of the core. So I have had to repair this multiple times. But this base is really fast. I have hardly had to wax it over the year, and I'm still way ahead of my friends on the cat roads. All right, so to summarize the Capita Mercury, I really like this board. I like this board as a park board and for some easy days on the hill. If I'm aggressively riding powder or free riding, I would either size up this model or get a larger, stiffer board. For the rest of the year, I am going to be riding this board in the park. I really like it in the park. It has good flex for jibbing, pressing, jumps. It handles really well in off-piste, so trees, and if you happen to ride through moguls or bumps, it'll handle really well. The only negative thing I would have to say about it overall is the aggressive free riding part of it. It's just a little bit soft for my liking, and the side cut is a little bit too quick for wide open powder bowls. Other than that, I would highly recommend this board, and I will probably buy another one and keep the 5.7 shape as my park board since I like it so much. I hope you liked the review. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments. It's my first gear review, and my format is just expectations versus reality. There are a lot of other reviews out there that can give you all the technical analysis about it, but I'm just giving you a straight up consumer approach on why I bought it and then how it feels. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, let me know in the comments, and I will see you later.